Hi, welcome to my channel. Grab a cup of tea, glass of wine, water, preferably something soothing, like a nice hot cup of tea. I love tea. Take a sip of mine real quickly. Now, before we get started, I want to assist you all. I want to cleanse. I have some frankincense and myrrh resin. It smells really good. But I'm going to put a little piece on my charcoal and assist you all in cleansing your aura before we get started. And also, I have some mint crystals. Gosh, it's so beautiful. Let's add a little mint too. Now, while we're doing this, I want you guys to take a few deep breaths. Ooh, in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time, in and out. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And just imagine your aura being squeaky clean with beautiful bright orb of light protection all over your aura. That was so beautiful. Let's add some more. I have here some gum Benjamin. I love to burn resin. I use it as aromatherapy. It is so amazing, and it makes you feel so soothing and so calm and purified. Yeah, just let's give it just a couple of more breaths in and out. In and out. Put a little bit more mint crystal. If you have not tried this mint crystal, it is truly amazing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Now, that feels so rejuvenating. Before we get started, feel into your heart space. Feel the beat of your heart and thank your heart for beating. Now, let's talk. This particular podcast is a channeling. So I have no notes, and I am merely opening myself to the collective, allowing source energy to speak through me. So what comes out will be a gift for the both of us. What is being led for me to speak on today is the victim abuser consciousness. This particular state of consciousness is where most of us are at within our journey, our spiritual journey. I am going to share the map of consciousness within the video at somewhere. I will either make it a complete screen or a little box. I don't know yet how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to share the map of consciousness so that we can really dig in deep on this particular state of consciousness. Now, I'm going to pull it up on my other device because I want to get this completely correct. Now, if you look on the map of consciousness within the victim abuser consciousness, which is the lower level of consciousness, which is the 3D. And within that area of consciousness, you have these particular emotions that are involved. It's also referred to as our lower ego self. And if you look, the lowest state of consciousness is shame. And then it goes up to guilt. And then it goes up to grief. And then it goes up to fear. Now we're going to stop right there because after fear is desire. And you are beginning to go into purgatory. So, and purgatory means the state of consciousness. It's like when the soul has had its ego death and it is now going through the purifications to prepare for the state of consciousness, which is heaven. So, a lot of people think that you die literally and go to heaven. Death is an illusion. You do not ever die. We are eternal living beings. We are soul having a human experience. Now, people who are in this level of consciousness, they are completely identified with themselves as the human self. We are pieces of source energy. So we are source energy here having a physical experience. So, as I said before, people who are identified with themselves as the human form only are in that level of consciousness. So once you raise your consciousness and go into purgatory, that is when you have had an ego death and your soul is purifying and preparing to head on up the map, head on up the levels of consciousness to conquer the state of consciousness that is in heaven. And we will be going over all of the emotions connected to each state. But today we are going to concentrate on the lower levels first, because you can't skip. You have to allow yourself to process in order to be able to really sustain and be stabilized in a higher state of consciousness. So we are going to focus on the victim abuser consciousness, because this is where a lot of us are operating. And if we look at this lower level, which is shame, guilt, apathy, and grief. In this state, we believe that others have the power to hurt us. We do not feel safe in our experience. We are in separation consciousness. We are viewing everyone who's outside of us as a possible threat. Now let's dig into this. We have to get to a place, this is very important, to where we are no longer reacting to our experiences, where we are no longer reacting to our right now reality. Because what happens is when you are in reaction mode, you are being controlled by what you are experiencing in your reality, instead of you maintaining self-control. And in order to maintain self-control, you have to be in a proactive state, which is you begin to respond to whatever you are engaging in your right now reality. Now, when you are in this proactive state and you are responding to things, it's you putting space between you and your character. So the character is your human self, your personality, where your wounding is you putting space between the character, the mask, and who you truly are. Now, when you respond to different conditions that are not, because I don't like to judge things as being bad or good, it just is happening at the moment. But there are some things that are more favorable to our human experience. So when we are engaging in things that are not so favorable, we tend to get afraid. We tend to become numb. We just practice all of these lower states in order to feel safe. But the beauty of this space, you remember who you truly are. And you begin to not separate yourself from people, places, or things, because we are all one. So instead of viewing your experience as something that is hurting you, you will begin to view these experiences as this is a gift to assist me into getting more in alignment with myself, with self-love and love for other. So when things that are not so favorable happen to you, you won't become a victim. You'll say, what is this showing me that is alive in my energetic field subconsciously that I wasn't aware of. What is this here to teach me? It's not here to hurt me. This thing here is here to teach me. And you go into yourself and you see what that part of you needs: understanding, healing, acceptance. And you'll see on the emotional scale of consciousness, those levels are in a much higher state. And you keep your connection with source energy. That's what we want to do. We do not want to give away our connection, our power to what is going on in front of us, because it's not there to harm us. It's merely there to be a catalyst to becoming even deeper in love with ourselves and with other, which is ourselves as well. Now, I want you to know that only you can allow yourself to be hurt. Being hurt is a choice. Only you can allow yourself to be hurt. And you may say, how the hell is that when somebody can do crazy stuff and hurt my feelings? Listen, you get to decide the meaning of what you are experiencing. Now, you can take this experience and let it empower you, or you can take this experience and let it destroy you. You get to choose. That's what free will is. You get to free will. You have the free will to ascend or descend. It's completely your choice. So, as I said before, only you can allow a person, place, or thing to hurt you. It is all in the perception of you. So, whenever you are in the face of adversity, you want to take at least 3 deep breaths. This will center you and create the space between you and your mask, your human self. Because when you do that, you are able to respond in a self-loving way. And allowing yourself to be stressed or full of anger or full of shame, those are not self-loving practices. Not for you or anybody else that is in your surroundings or whoever you are corresponding with. But when you are centered and responding from a place of consciousness, on a higher level of consciousness, you are able to maintain your power, and you are able to practice a very loving relationship with yourself. Because I'm going to tell you, when you are on that lower scale of consciousness, your nervous system is messed up, your reality is giving you a bunch of havoc. You just do not want to spend your valuable time and your valuable life force energy in a way that is not serving your body, mind, and spirit. So I want you guys to take this particular message with you, and don't allow your lower self to be the captain of your ship no longer. It is time for you to elevate to a place to where you say, okay, I know that I am a conscious creator, and I have to be selfish with my energy. I cannot allow anything in my reality to shake my energy, because that's my connection to who I am. So the next time you are in any type of interaction to where you are experiencing a person, because we cannot control people. That's just what it is. We cannot control how people choose to show up because we have free will. But what we can control is how we choose to respond to that energy. Because you have to know that person, you have to give compassion. That person is suffering. That person is limited. I cannot bring myself down to their level. Okay, to wrap this beautiful video up, stay focused, maintain self-control, value your time and your energy, keep yourself connected to love. That's what we come here to do, is love. As soon as you wake up in the morning, go into gratitude for everything that you're grateful for. Center yourself and stabilize yourself in love. And do not allow anything to take your stability away from you. And I want to end this with grief, loss is an illusion. You are connected to everything and everyone. Therefore, you cannot lose. There is absolutely nothing to lose. There are a lot of people who are stuck in that grief energy. They are either experiencing it in their vessel or they are afraid of it. It has them paralyzed. They don't want to move forward because they are so afraid of losing. But I am the voice of reason today. And I want you to know that loss is an illusion. We are one. You are not separate from love. I hope this helps. Matter of fact, I know this has helped. Stay in control. Release the need to control other people because that is out of your control. What you can control is yourself and how you choose to respond. And remember to respond with love for self first and for other, which is self. Love you guys. Until next time, peace.